Thank goodness we are back. Hello and welcome, everybody, to the show. You are here on the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar Treatum Swell, and man, my weekend was not very well. But we are here nonetheless. Join with me as always, Mr. Skip from Skip's Trophies and More, and the Mr. Diamond, Dirty D. Fellas, what it is, what it ain't, what up, though?
Boo, I got some stuff to talk about today. Yeah, this weekend was great for more than one reason. But boy, got some things to talk about.
Mr. D, man, you all quiet over there. We talking to you, player.
Um, a wonderful week of football. Ain't but too many of us
So,
for teams that won over the weekend. I'm gonna let Skip have his just due. Coach Abe is on the way. He did say that for our Falcon enthusiasts. But yes, we got a lot to discuss, a lot to get into. This is a non-troll environment, but
I don't know where you get that from.
It's
Well,
a
I'm
joke.
1,000% troll.
Skip, I'm telling the joke.
Look at that. Look who just commented.
I can't see it yet. So, but
Kent, how you doing, Kent?
so we gonna get it going. Subject matter. I'm trying to set up and do what we do. But okay, go ahead.
all right. Well, let me just tell you, we're going to start in college football, and I'm going to talk about something I saw this morning. No, was it? Maybe it was yesterday morning. Who
Did
knows?
I send you something? Did I send you something today about something? I sent you
No.
something. I got
No, you
something
did
for
not.
you. If we on the
Well,
same
let
page.
me get into this real quick. They have a showdown in Norman. Auburn came up short 17-24 to the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, the reason I'm starting us there, Oklahoma scored a touchdown in the second quarter that should not have counted. Now, I know there's always stuff like that fans like to say, but we have an official statement from the SEC saying how that touchdown should not have counted. In Saturday's Auburn and Oklahoma football game, with 10:50 remaining in the second quarter, a pass was thrown to Oklahoma's number 5, resulting in a touchdown. Oklahoma's number 5 participated in the previous play, which was a first down from the 22-yard line. After the first down play was completed, Oklahoma's number 5 continued towards the team's sideline, stopped just before reaching the Oklahoma sideline, and then the ball was snapped. So there is now a rule about faking like you're going to the sideline and not coming off the field.
I don't agree with that. It's called being ready. You have a Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker. You have a quarterback. When they come out of the huddle, like the punter, when he comes out of the huddle, what's the first thing he does? He counts his men on the field. The Mike linebacker, what did he do? Make sure he got all his people on the field. So all of that telling you can't run trick plays now.
Hang on, though. New rule about substituting.
Yes.
No simulated replacements or substitutions may be used to confuse opponents. No tactics associated with substituting or the substitution process may be used to confuse your opponents.
Understand?
So-
now I get that. That makes sense.
So what Kev also I seen, they said in their SEC meetings during the break or whatever, that they told all the teams not to be doing this type of activity, along with faking the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back and watch it, Skip, the guy's walking off the field. He's walking off the field like he's going off. That is kind of little league type tactics, because I ran it. I did a play like that when I was coaching little league. Had the guy standing right on the sideline, wide hash, and I throw the ball over there to him, and it is what it is. But if you see it, it looks like he's walking off the field, and then when he gets to the edge, he stops. But I'm with you, Skip. You need to be attentive of everybody moving around on the field, and there's a cornerback over there. You see that dude walking. You can't assume that he off the field. But you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
now.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So
Now,
you just said, go ahead, player. Some good news out of South Carolina this weekend.
gee,
His own Asia Wilson became the first WNBA player to win 4 regular season MVPs, surpassing Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, and Lauren Jackson, who each earned 3.
She has a stellar career, man. If you read her accolades, arguably now that you over Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper and the likes of some others, man, arguably the best to ever do it right now in WNBA. You know what I'm saying? She's a model citizen. She's on the tail end of her career because she's an elder statesman, you would say. But great job, great career. She's a great ambassador to the WNBA brand and all the way across the board, even in the international play also.
I agree with what you're saying, but I disagree with what you said. She's not the best to ever do it. She's one of the best to ever do it. Because had you seen Cynthia Cooper play when the WNBA first came out, and she did this as an old lady. Cynthia Cooper was in her 30s when the WNBA hit, and she dominated. Now, this gonna sound like hate, but
it is.
There was a lot more talent fighting for MVPs during the time when Cynthia Cooper and all the rest of those guys were in it. It was every team was loaded with superstars. Then there was only 8, I think, in the beginning, and everybody had 2, 3 superstars on their team. Whereas now the term superstar is being given to select players on every team when they're really not that. So name another player who came in second place for the MVP voting. Can you look it up real quick, Kev?
Yeah.
What's the disparity from first place to second place in the votes? And I don't even know. But that's what I mean by the competition for that award is not really there.
I'm going to say they're a little more skilled now than they were back then.
Definitely. You know, as the years go, you're always going to be more skilled, even more athletic.
And it's
when
more
you say
teams.
best to ever do it.
And it's more teams. And you got to think about it, and the international play aspect also.
Yes. And I get it. Like I said, she's one of the best to ever do it. I might completely butcher this name.
Come on.
Nafisa Collier.
Who she played for?
Nafisa Collier. Yeah.
Who she played?
That was right. Come on, Chip. What do you play for? Runner up. All right, Minnesota Lynx.
Okay. So her, and I also think they got co-defensive play. Somebody got co-defensive player of the year. I think the both of them, and that might be the same chick, because they were giving out the awards, and it's the first time that 2 of them got defensive player of the year. That's how close it is. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
The skill set now, same way how we look at basketball, football, they're bigger and they're stronger, and they doing a lot of more things. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know but one player that could dunk back then, which was Lisa Leslie. Now we got several who can do it. They don't do it all the time, but we know they can do it.
Of course.
You got people shooting from the logo. They weren't doing it when Cynthia Cooper was playing. And Cynthia Cooper was a monster. And I would say this. Then we hadn't seen a woman outside of Reggie Miller's sister, Cheryl, and Cynthia Cooper. We hadn't seen women play like that. And Cheryl Swoops was a monster too. So it's a lot of monsters. But as of right now, she is the top of the dog. She's top.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying she ain't the top dog. But when you say the best to ever do it, the best out of everybody, Maya Moore was a monster. Candace Parker was a monster. But there were other monsters. You get what I'm saying? So that's why those superstars didn't dominate the MVP race like her. She's dominating and she's killing everybody that can't nobody stop her. But the best to ever do it, I don't know about that. That far.
All right. Well, the SEC Commission has released the report for the annual matchups. Now, for those who don't know,
Not so that stupid.
each SEC team will have 3 teams that they play every year. It is their way of trying to rejuvenate rivalries and keep traditions going. Georgia's 3 teams will be Auburn, Florida, and South Carolina. D, what you think?
I really don't care, but at the same time, I mean, it's SEC play, but you know what's going to happen. It might now. Is it kind of rigged a little bit for certain teams not to play against each other unless they make it to the championship, or they setting it up so they know that they can have, just for example, a Georgia Alabama type game, or you know what I'm saying, because they don't have the separation of the brackets no more. You see what I'm saying? So you know how it used to be. We knew in the East, Georgia and South Carolina was going to play because they was in the East. You knew Alabama and Auburn, well, that's a rivalry, but Alabama and LSU was going to play because they was in the West. So this is all they're trying to do. They're trying to get the parity together where you don't have any controversy where I didn't play him and I didn't play them. You know what I'm saying? Because just like you say, look what you said. So that means now, who Georgia got? You said South Carolina, who else?
Auburn and Florida.
So that means now the Tennessee game can be moved around. You see what I'm saying? Florida won't, but that Tennessee game, the Vanderbilt game, now it's a round robin of who y'all want them to play any given, Saturday, even in any given year.
Yeah.
I think to have 16 teams in a division, they should play at least 6 teams. Each team should have six games inside the SEC.
We have 9.
They don't have
now, or that's what we're moving to is 9.
9. They're gonna have 9.
We're going to have 9 conference games in the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And this is coming in 26.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Took my whole statement because I was going to say you got pretty much 7 of the top 15 teams for the next 10 years in the SEC.
And what Skip is saying too. I'm sorry, Skip. What Skip is saying too. If it's 9. You already gave me 3, right, Kev?
So now you got
those
6
are 3 to play
around.
every year.
Yeah, so they gonna play it a year. You know Georgia gonna play Tennessee. That's 4. You know they playing Florida. That's 5. You know that.
No, Florida's one of them. Florida's one of the 3. Florida's one of the 3.
Okay, so if Florida 1 to 3, you still got Tennessee gonna be on the list because they
And Alabama.
And Alabama, unless they start letting them play Oklahoma or you know what I'm saying? Because they play LSU this year. We might not see LSU till another 3 years.
Right, but I think Texas and Texas A&M should be put in the gauntlet.
They're
the last 2 teams to join, right?
And Oklahoma, Texas, Oklahoma.
Texas, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M. No, Texas A&M always been in SEC for.
No, they can't. They the last one to come over.
Right, those 3 should be put through the gauntlet. Meaning the Georgias, the Alabamas, the South Carolinas, the powerhouse teams. They should be on their schedule yearly. You want to join the SEC to prove that you can hang with them, so you should go through the gauntlet. Everybody else did it. Kentucky does it. Kentucky is not even a football school. Look at who they're playing. So that to me.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that, Skip. I think Oklahoma and Texas should be put through the war gauntlet.
That's right.
They need to go through everything they need to go through.
Because what's going to happen is they're going to sit back and beat these. Texas has Texas A&M, Arkansas, and OU. Oklahoma has, what is that? Missouri, Ole Miss, and Texas. Come on, man. No. They're going to sit back and just get healthy and be strong and just be beating these pancakes up. And Alabama and Georgia and Florida and South Carolina got to beat each other up for the right to play them for the SEC championship. No. I don't like that at all.
I personally believe we should go back to the split conference system, have an East and a West, That's who we play, because we got 16 teams. So you can each play 7 teams in your division. You play 2 out of division games.
Right. And it'll be a different 2 every year.
Because, just for example, and Clemson this year is not the best example to use in this, but take South Carolina. We got to play 9 SEC games, and we play Clemson the last game of every season, which in the last 20 years, Clemson has been a top 10 team every year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, you look at it like that, you're like, oh, shit. So now we got to play 10. That gives us 2 cupcake games, and sometimes we don't even get those 2. The 2 cupcake games might be against a good team.
I must be.
In this case, South Carolina has fell on the fact that they got more than one powerhouse in that state.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So it's like Florida and Florida State and Miami. There's 3 powerhouses in that state.
Yeah.
Now Florida's taking us off the schedule. We won't play them no more. After this year, they taking us back off the schedule. So it's just going to be Miami and Florida State every year now, like it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, matter of fact, this is the first year that USF is not really a powerhouse, but all 3 teams have played in the regular season since '89 when Spurrier took over '88.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Florida State is going to play. If this was the ACC, then Florida State would still have to play Miami.
Yeah,
well, the top 3 have not because of the power, of the school, the system in the state. So I get it, what you're saying with South Carolina, but that's how the ball falls.
How it is. Yep. All right, fellas. Well, let's get into this past weekend's football action. I'm just going to take us down the list here in order of rankings. But we're just going to skip a couple to go to the exciting one. Number 4, Miami takes down Florida 26-7. Fellas, Skip, I'm going to let you have it in 1 second. But, D, how hot is Billy Napier's ass right now from that seat he is sitting on?
He's been on fire for a while, but this is what I want you guys to – when I text in our group text and I say this, the program is in shambles. You're listening to Kurt Herbstreit on the call saying that DJ Lagway has a shoulder situation. He was hurt the whole summer and so forth. So if this kid has been hurt, as we all seen, if you were watching the game, Skip, he couldn't complete a pass over to the sideline. He did not push the ball downfield. But you're saying that it's chemistry, and it's saying that it's this technique and everything. His footwork is piss poor. You don't have anybody else to step in and play quarterback, but this is the part where you have given this kid this NIL money to come play. And now you're handcuffed because you got to play. You see what I'm saying? In my opinion, because you can tell if you watch the game, Skip, your team is your team and I ain't got no problem. That game would have been a lot more closer because Florida's defense was holding Miami the best way they could in the game. And as we said, Carson Beck is going to give you an opportunity to keep you in the game. You follow me? But if you had better quarterback play from Florida, you've seen these in the last 2 weeks at LSU and now at Miami. And to be honest with you, if Miami had a little more stuff going on, they could have put 50 on them. That's how bad the defense, how good the Gators defense was playing in a rivalry situation. I just don't understand. They need to go on and get him up out of there. But I believe, in my opinion, that money is handcuffed to that young man. Not at his fault, but this is where we at now in college football.
$3.7 million.
And in the grand scheme of things, with some of the other quarterbacks in the country, that's not a lot of money. The Michigan kid makes more than that. Beck is making more than that. The Manning boys making more than that. Big name quarterbacks.
A ton of money.
But it's just a lot. Don't get me wrong. I said in the grand scheme of things for superstar, quote unquote, quarterbacks. But anyway, Miami played a bad game. That was a good game. What was highlighted for me for Miami was the defensive line, the offensive line was dominating. The quarterback play was shaky, like I've been saying all along. He put the ball where it needed to be. Didn't he throw an interception? I think he threw an interception too.
Yeah.
But my thing with Miami is all of the small stuff is starting to show, and Florida State got to take notes now. In a bad game, which is what we played, that was a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
We still dominated interior. So if we can dominate and have a bad offensive game and not that great of a defensive game, it was a good defensive game, but we played better defense in the previous games. So again, I'm not sold on Beck. He ain't, he's Beck. He's a good quarterback, but I want that. I just want that blue collar like Baker Mayfield. I want that attitude. He has an attitude because he got money. You get what I'm saying? Money. He has a big name, but go ahead.
And then Skip, I want you to see, as a Georgia fan, we watched his body language. Look how he looks when he comes off the field, when it doesn't, like something goes wrong. He's like,
oh, well.
Yeah. See, now you
it's
see
oh, well.
Now you see it. So, yeah, so you see it and you like, okay, his body language when it ain't.
But now you know what that is? I think that's because he knows we're going to beat them. Oh, well, it's all right. After an interception, we're going to beat them. Versus, God damn. Hey, coach, what I did wrong? Let me look at this play. Okay, I won't do that no more. Because NFL and in not bigger programs, because Miami is a huge program, but in programs that have national championship aspirations, you go straight to the iPad, and the OC is right there with you. This is what happened, and the guy with the headphones, they don't do this, don't do that. None of that happened because the mindset was we're gonna beat them anyway. You get what I'm saying? And that to me is that lackadaisical attitude that he brought with him. That like I said, man, when we play a strong team, and Florida State's looking strong because they beat cupcakes. All their teams have been cupcakes this year. So
Bama cupcake.
You see how bad they whoop Bama?
I'm just asking you a question.
You see how bad they whoop Bama?
Yeah, they whoop Bama.
They were favored to lose.
No, I'm just asking you.
Favored to lose that game.
That's a cupcake.
That's a cupcake.
Oh, I don't call Alabama cupcake, but okay.
All right. Well, real quick, man. Texas beat Sam Houston 55-0, and the internet exploded with the video of Arch running a touchdown and bucking up on a dude that was on a defender that was on the ground.
Terrible.
And some folks were saying how Arch Manning is showing who he really can be. And I'm on the other side saying it's Sam friggin' Houston.
That's somebody's first and last name.
Don't disrespect that.
That's what that is. Like that. That's a junior college, man.
That's you played Chattahoochee Technical College.
Thank you. Chattahoochee Tech. That's exactly who that was.
Chattahoochee Tech. You stupid.
I bet you don't know the mascot. What's Sam Houston mascot?
Throw that out there, huh?
What's Sam Houston mascot? We don't know.
The Cowboys.
I guess it's just Sam. I don't know, dude. A bear, maybe? Bearcat. It's the Bearcat.
A Bearcat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so crazy. But
we said this, D. After the first game, when they got their ass whooped, they're going to have 3 cupcakes, and he's going to look all world.
Yeah.
In the first 2, he didn't. But he didn't.
But no, last game he did. Well, yeah, last game he
the game before he went, he threw 11. He had 11 incompletions. The game,
10 straight incompletions. Yeah.
Yeah. So now again, you play another cupcake, and then the thing is, you're leaving him out there so you can run up stats. 500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That in the third. No.
He only had 300 yards. It said he passed for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in his sharpest game of the season.
You got to look at his, but he runs the ball too, so you got to look at his rush yards in that as well.
Yeah, he run the ball too. You can. I tell you what, when he starts going it down, when they get into the real SEC play and they start showing them real defenses, like he got at Ohio State.
Well, they coming up now. They got Florida next week. They got Texas, Oklahoma after that. Then they got Kentucky. Then they got Mississippi State, and they got Vanderbilt.
And Mississippi State and Vanderbilt ain't no joke this year. Neither one of them teams.
They go through a small gauntlet, and I bet you he'll stop on that.
Only game I give them in that is Kentucky, and it depends on which Kentucky team shows up because you never know with them.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the biggest surprise in that early window, man, number 9 Illinois
I told you.
falls to number 19 Indiana.
I told you.
Kurt Signetti is now 15-2 in his reign at Indiana.
I told you.
Y'all pick Indiana?
I picked Indiana. I told you.
Okay.
I told you. I said, Illinois. I told you.
63-10, dog.
I told y'all it was
that was a good answer right there.
And Illinois is being ranked that high. I told you, I said Indiana gonna beat the brakes off of them. You gotta think. Indiana was a playoff team last year. Am I right or wrong, Kate? They was a playoff team. They well coached, and it's hard to beat them in Indiana. And it's a rivalry. Illinois does not have what they showed. That guy's got a well-coach. He's a good coach in Indiana.
Yeah. Well, and they got a hell of a quarterback. 21 for 23 and 5 touchdowns.
They
267.
They lit their ass up. Lit them up.
You know what I'm blown away about? Notre Dame is still ranked.
We'll get to that. We will.
All right. Hey, man, here's another one right here. Texas Tech, ranked at 17 last week, took down number 16 Utah, 34-10. I just want to add, all 4 major Texas programs are in the top 25. TCU, Texas, Texas A&M, and Texas Tech.
I say after week 9, week 10, 2 of them will fall completely out of the top 25.
Texas Tech and TCU might stay in it because the division that they play in is kind of weak. So they can hover around. They'll hover around in the top 25 because of the division they play in.
All right. Well, last one I guess hang on. Michigan and Nebraska, man. Michigan sneaks away with a win here. The Matt Rule effect. Remember what I told y'all last year when I said Matt Rule is going to bring Nebraska back. And yes, they lost to Michigan, but before that they were 3-0. So
they always have a game like this. They give you flashes that, like KF said, he said they're back and this, that, and the third. And what happens? When you think you try to put your money on them or anything, they lay an egg. Michigan ain't no pushover. Michigan is going to be competitive because of the young cat, and they trying to find a footing with him being a true freshman starting at quarterback. But every game Michigan has played, they're in the game. Even for him to be a freshman.
Yep. Skip, anything to add on that?
Not on that one. I mean, they were in Nebraska, and I would have given Nebraska the edge because of a home field advantage. But like you said, Michigan ain't a pushover, and they are suited to win. The team is a better put-together team, I think, than Nebraska. Now, as far as being more well-coached, I'm with you with Matt Rule, but, so much coaching.
Well, and I mean, when you look at the stat comparison here, Dylan Raiola, 30 of 41, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for 308 yards. Bryce Underwood, 12 of 22 for 105 yards.
Right. I mean, by having a team more well put together, because stats right there normally mean you lost.
But looking at the rushing, what was his rushing stats for Underwood?
Underwood has 1 yards rushing. Justin Haynes had 149 yards rushing. And Jordan Marshall had 80 yards.
They were running the ball all over him.
290 yards in that game.
So there you go. Michigan has a power run game. They still sticking to what they were. Well, Nebraska is still trying to showcase the quarterback and Raiola, having him throw the ball around like that. You see what I'm saying? So if there go another, I would say, stat-based situation compared to somebody, we're going to take what they're going to give us, we're going to run it down their throat.
All right. Well, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are now 1-2. They took down the Houston Boilermakers.
Purdue?
I'm sorry, Purdue. I don't know why I said Houston. I don't know where Houston came from. Anyways, 56-30. At one point, Notre Dame was losing this game. I'm sorry. No, it was a close game there for a while. But in the second and third quarter, Notre Dame put up 42 points. And
Notre Dame, we're gonna get a lot more games out of this. And again, what you were saying about them still being ranked, they're only ranked because of name and them not playing in a division. So they trying to keep them in place because of, to be honest with you, is money is broadcasting contracts involved because they play on their own network and so forth. And they trying to, like I said, being that we got an extra 2 teams for the playoffs, Kev. Don't you got an extra 2 teams? They're trying to keep them where they can get in. Because you know what I'm saying? Since we started this, Notre Dame always finds a way to sneak themselves into the.
We're still 12 team this year. We go to 16 next year.
Okay, so again, they're trying to keep them hovering around because they end up playing some ACC teams. Skip, they still got their rivalries with the USC's and the Michigans. Go ahead.
I got a trap game for them this weekend. Sam Pittman and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah, but you know what? They're going to be hungry because they was winning that game they were playing in and late
against Memphis. Mm-hmm.
And Notre Dame is coming to Arkansas, ain't they?
Correct.
Oh boy, that's the first.
Hey, and that's a 12:00 game too.
Yeah, that's an interesting game.
Yep. All right, going on this week. Go ahead.
You got a
4.5. 4.5. Notre Dame.
Ooh, that's a trap game.
65 points. They expect them to score.
That's a trap
because Arkansas has an offense, they just don't have a defense.
Yeah,
they were in both of their losses. They were there against Ole Miss. They lost by 6 points, and it was a back and forth game the entire time until a fumble on their side of the 50. You know what I mean? Like it was a game to midway through the fourth quarter. So I think if Notre Dame loses to Arkansas, they're done. There's no even need to talk about
it. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Another big game going down this weekend. Number 21 USC taking on the now number 23 Illinois Fighting Illini. Spread on that 6.5 USC.
USC. So okay.
All right. Florida State, Virginia. Florida State 3-0, Virginia 3-1.
I'm going Florida State. Florida State. Now, Virginia, for some reason over the years, Virginia plays Florida State very hard. I don't know why, but Virginia always gives Florida State fits.
All right. Skip.
I'm going to go with Florida State on this one because I think thinking ahead and knowing that they can't afford to bobble the ball or fumble the ball against Virginia, they're going to go out there and do what they got to do in the first half and put the game out of reach. And then they're going to rest their superstars because the following week they got you.
Yep. All right. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this Saturday, buddy. LSU is going to Ole Miss. I'm going down the list here, dude. Don't get offended. Jeez.
No.
Oh, we didn't talk about your team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, hey, let's bring it up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now watch, Kev. I didn't watch the game because I was working and doing other stuff, hands everywhere. In your opinion, what happened? Not being funny by that question, but tell us.
Same thing we've seen the entire season. Same thing I've been saying. This is why week one, whenever we won against Virginia Tech, and it was my turn to talk about it, you said I wanted to brag so bad. I didn't because I had no idea what to. I didn't know. We did not play well against Virginia Tech. We did not play well against South Carolina State. And once Vanderbilt came into town, it really exposed us. And we're seeing the same problem that just happened. We can't stop anybody on third down. We have no secondary right now. But granted, our starting 2 guys are injured. They should be back soon. And the 2 guys that are in there now, one's a freshman, one's a sophomore. But we just don't have the defense we had. We lost 8 of 11 to the draft. 7 of them got drafted. So, we were depleted. Now, offensively, our offensive line is playing terrible, and Sellers can't do it all.
Okay.
Now, Sellers put up 300 yards passing. They arguably the scouts and the people Skip are saying he's QB1 far as the number 1 prospect to come out for the NFL. Yes,
really?
Yes, he's QB1. My problem that I had with it, I told you guys last week, and Kev know Missouri. I told him I picked Missouri to beat them, and the reason why I did that is because, barring that he was hurt the week previously, when they played against Virginia Tech, me and Kev talked, and I said, "Man, listen, your offense is out there playing around, and somebody that got a better offense is going to beat you. You in that game, the game was broke open because you had a punt return. Did you have another game where the guy returned 2 kicks, or it was a punt?
South Carolina State.
South Carolina State.
It was like 13-7. Vakari Swain returned 2 in a row, and then offense went out there, scored a touchdown, and then our defense got a pick 6.
So when you see things, and no disrespect to South Carolina State at all, but when you have teams like this and you let them hang around, get what you need to get in there, get your starters out, and start working on the things you need to work on before you get into play. You see what I'm saying? But you had to leave your starters out there in South Carolina State because you were playing around. And now here it is. I told, like we said last week, they're going up to Missouri. I don't care if it's Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, whoever in the SEC. It's something about going to Missouri that whatever team Missouri brings on the field, they give somebody fits until around about the 3rd quarter where you can outlast them. But if you let them hang around, they will beat you. And this is what happened. Another stat that Skip was, Camden can't run the ball.
I'm looking at that now. That's what I was
-9 rushing yards.
-9 rushing. The longest run of the night was the quarterback, and that was 7 yards.
You can't. I don't care what team you are in the SEC. If you can't run the ball, you're going to lose.
100%. Our offensive line is not doing anything.
You're getting yourself in a shootout, and you can't even control the clock because you can't run the football. You mean South Carolina can't run the football against Missouri?
We can't tackle on defense, so.
And that the whole game, it was an atrocious, Skip. They run it. Missouri's running child plays, to be honest with you. They're running child plays. But anybody with a physical present defense would have knocked fine all that mess they was running.
We would get them in. There were at least 3 or 4 times in the second half. We got them in 3rd and 10, sometimes 3rd and 15 plus. And they would convert.
And I'm talking about,
and we're in a 1-score game at this point. They kicked a field goal at the very end of the game just to make sure we couldn't come back. But we were in a 1-score game. We were in the lead at one point in that 4th quarter.
Yes. And they went right down.
Mike Shula is doing the same thing that got his ass ran out of Alabama. I don't even know why we gave Mike Shula this job. I do know why. Yes, because he was there for when Cam Newton had the one great season with the Panthers where they went to the Super Bowl. That's why he got hired, because people say Lenore Sellers is showing a lot of flashes of Cam Newton. So they figured this is the guy that worked with him. Let's hire him as our OC because Dow Loggins got hired as a head coach.
Well, the numbers are going to be there for him, barring any injury. But if you're going to get in a game where you're going to have to run the football, you're not going to win. And you're putting everything on that young man's shoulders. And that's what end up he gets hurt. Or he gets in a situation. And now the 2 games that y'all had to have, you've lost them.
Yeah. Now look, the 2 games I called us losing, I said we'd go 10-2. I said probably LSU and Ole Miss because we're at both of those. I figured those would be the 2 games that we would lose, and we can make it. We didn't make it at 9-3, so we got to make it at 10-2. You know what I mean? But no, playoffs are done. We will be lucky to make a bowl game this year, and that's going to lead me to my next. That's going to lead me to my next game that I just want to hit real quick because I missed it. Syracuse takes down Clemson, and that just makes South Carolina losing a little bit better because now South Carolina has something that Clemson doesn't. Dean, you know what that is? 2 wins, baby. 2 wins. The Clemson Tigers are 1-3. And we are going to. It is going to be the Palmetto Bowl this year. Will be the battle of bowl eligibility. Both teams 5-6 coming into it. Winner goes to a bowl game, baby.
That's terrible. At least you have something to cheer for. You playing in the tournament bowl.
Real quick before you go on, didn't at the beginning of the season, wasn't it Clemson and the South Carolina in the top 10?
Mm-hmm. No, we were 12. They were like 4 or 5, something like that.
And
we beat them at the end of last season. That was the whole thing for me.
Yeah, it don't take much. Now, in that Clemson and Syracuse game, Skip, this is another thing of what Dabo Swinney has lost the rails up there. Syracuse ran it down their throat. I ain't talking about no trickery. I'm talking about 24 dive. Hand it off, buddy, bust, and I'm talking about straight down the field. The coach, that's the former University of Georgia coordinator over there at Syracuse, Skippy did this on the sideline. If anybody know what that means in football, run it again. Mm-hmm. Run it again. Now, Syracuse got fined because they faked some injuries in the game. I think they got a fine, I don't know if Kel pulls it up, but we just seen that the ACC fined them for faking injuries and stopping Clemson for, doing what they had to do. And it was a delay in the game because of weather. But, yes, that's the first time I've seen it come down that early that they fined them for out there faking injuries.
Yes, they were fined $25,000. But either way.
They was dominating them regardless of even with that. And what his name? Koopnick. He was penciled in the quarterback for Clemson. They had him as QB1 along with Nussmeier down in LSU at the top 2 prospects. He done lost all his draft stock. I don't even know.
All credibility.
I don't know where he's going. I don't know if he wants to shut it down and just go to the combine now because, boy, it's going to get worse.
He has to. This is last year. He can't play
he's
anymore.
Losing millions of dollars as we speak every week.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all right, let's jump back where we were into this week's game. Let me go back up here. We are officially in week 5, ladies and gentlemen. All right, like we said, LSU Ole Miss. We currently have Ole Miss favored 1.5. 54.5 is the total point spread. Oh, wait a minute. Coming to the stage, Randy White. No, the Kickstep King. Coach A.
Hey, look. It's amazing how he came on here, UGA down. Oh, boy. That other red jacket, we'll talk about it, but okay.
Bama week, baby.
Bama week.
Hey, we go. Listen, guys. We got a spot up in Athens, right by the campus, restaurant. That we're gonna tailgate up there for the game all day. Damn, I looked at my whole face. But anyway, we're gonna be tailgating up there. So if y'all ain't got nowhere, where you gonna watch it, man? Y'all welcome to come on up.
2 buddies. Is it 2 buddies?
3 buddies. 3 buddies.
3 buddies. 3.
3 buddies.
3 buddies. Not 2, 3.
Yeah, we're gonna have some music and all that good stuff. So,
Coach.
Grace. Bye. Oh shit. Hey, Coach. LSU and Auburn, buddy. Who you friggin' got?
Where they at, Steve? I'm sorry. Where they at, Kel?
LSU and Auburn.
LSU Ole Miss. They are in Ole Miss.
Oh, they in Ole Miss. Go ahead, Coach.
I was coughing. Sorry.
They in Mississippi.
Ole Miss.
They favored by 1.5.
Ole Miss, man. My boy Deuce Alexander has turned into wide receiver. 1, maybe 1. I know 2 for sure, man. He can jets. He running the ball. So just off of strength of him and what the way Lane able to develop these quarterbacks, bro. They don't necessarily turn out to be good pros, but in college in his system, so Auburn kind of So I definitely like Ole Miss.
No, well, it's Ole Miss LSU. I misspoke a second ago.
LSU is kind of So I definitely like Ole Miss.
I hate to say this because I hate that. I just hate that whole state, and I'm sorry, I just do. I'm going with Ole Miss because of Deuce. Because Deuce, and I don't like Lane Kiffin either, but I'm going because I want to see Deuce succeed. Hilt, his father, a friend of the show, Route King himself. And this kid, his kid, you could tell the time that was invested in his kid. Route running, extraordinary footwork, catching the ball and running after the catch. You can see it all on display. I was wondering why he went to Ole Miss, but now I see why.
Oh, they throw the ball.
Because they throw the ball. So
yeah, Wake Forest offense was, and I don't want to say it was trash.
It wasn't
built for him.
It wasn't built for him.
Yeah, it wasn't a good fit for him.
And I'm glad that he's getting the opportunity. That means you could tell a kid transferring in to another university and putting in the work. Because that means when you come in, you're not just on the depth chart as the person. You got to work to get to that. And you can see in the last 2 weeks, I've seen the work. I'm like, oh, they're getting him the ball now. So it's in click. Oh, we got to get him the ball.
Yes, sir.
I like Ole Miss also, but for a different reason than y'all. LSU finna have to play football now. I don't think they're gonna get lucky. I don't think the ball gonna bounce their way. They're gonna have to go in there and fight and beat them, or they're gonna get ran over. That's what I think. And now the coach ain't got to say, well, the guys won. What do you ask me about what we did wrong? It's gonna be highlighted this week. Ole Miss is not gonna have it. So I'm taking Ole Miss with them points. No, they giving up.
Not so fast, my friends. Not so fast.
See what I have to do here when I'm on the show, y'all.
Ole Miss has played.
I have to hold his paw. I have to hold his paw while I'm sitting here.
Ole Miss has played 2 SEC games already this season. Kentucky and Arkansas. Arguably the bottom tier of the SEC. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
And they have been in shootouts until the fourth quarter with both of these teams. They don't have a defense. LSU's offense is too overpowering.
Now, Kev, I can agree with you on that, but Nussmeier has his knee is tore up, and that's again, Lane Kiffin doesn't like to run the ball as he should.
You're right. Okay. All right. Well, some more SEC action. The Auburn Tigers are taking on number 10 Texas A&M.
And Texas A&M is favored by 6.5 points.
I'm taking Texas A&M. They went up there in South Bend and put a whooping on Notre Dame's ass. They are for real.
I'm with you on that. I can see that too. And they home. Auburn,
I think I'm leaning where you are, dog.
Auburn, before you go, I think Auburn shot their load, as we like to say. They put all it on the line down there in Oklahoma, and they came out losers. Even though there's controversy in it, I don't know what Auburn could have played them a whole lot better, skill-wise.
Give Oklahoma a little more credit too, but I definitely I'm gonna go with Auburn.
I'm gonna come behind you on that statement. I think that Auburn, I'm gonna say exactly the opposite. I think Auburn thinks that they left some shit out on that field. They're gonna go out there and find it. You know what I mean? They're going to go out there and step in it, dog. All right. Let me tell you, I don't know how these cats are not ranked yet. Number 15, Tennessee, old Rocky Top, is going to hear some loud friggin' cowbells this weekend, baby. The 4-0 Mississippi State team. They are – what do we got here, buddy? 4-0 Mississippi State.
What are they playing, Kale?
They are in Mississippi, buddy. That's what I said. The cowbells will be a-mooing.
Oh, boy. Spread.
Now,
7.5 Tennessee. 61.5 total.
Right. Ooh. You said you don't see why they ranked. They did beat a number 12 Arizona State 24-20 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But they beat Alcorn State 63-0. And they beat Southern Miss 34-17. So I guess they look at the Southern Miss and the Alcorn State games as
a given.
giving games. But they're taking away the fact that they beat a ranked team and they're still not in the top 25.
I was going to say Texas got a ranked win, and then they beat two. Or Texas doesn't have a ranked win. They have a ranked loss, but they beat two cupcakes or three cupcakes.
Yeah, but Texas also came into the season ranked number 1.
Yeah, Texas was Texas though. Like they still was ranked.
Right.
You know, either way, who you got?
I feel like the Mississippi State wins were So I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna go the other way with that one. Tennessee offense is very overpowering, and I think Tennessee is more battle tested right now, and they can go in there and get a win for sure.
That's exactly what I was thinking. For them to be favored by 7.5 against an undefeated team at home, I think Tennessee is going to beat them by 2 touchdowns at minimum.
I'm going to agree with you too, Skip. Tennessee is now mad. I hope they mad, and they going to usually.
I hope they're not.
I want them. No, I actually want them to be. No.
Y'all want them to be mad because that's when they start messing up.
I want them to be mad, to be honest with you, but I think they mad and they're trying to go down there because that Carousel situation will get overpowering. If they don't get off to the start, they need to get off of and they'll find themselves in a 14-17 game.
Give me more
I just feel like Hype a little more as far as offense. And I like his offense against Mississippi State defense for sure.
All right, fellas, 2 more games, and then we got to jump into this NFL. We have ran a little long here. Hey, man, this is where College Game Day is going. I think they should have gone to the other. But Oregon and Penn State up in Happy Valley. The Nittany Lions will take on the Ducks. Both teams are undefeated. But let me go ahead and tell you, I'm already going to go with Oregon because now that they are in the division, we are going to see a 9-3 Penn State team every year. Like we've said in the past, they are completely fine beating everyone except Michigan and Ohio State. Now we're just going to add Oregon to the list.
Oh,
agreed.
So you think Oregon won't go punch?
Concur. I agree.
James Franklin can't win the big games. He does this every year. Every year we see Penn State in the top, and they're 10-2. Now it's just going to be the same thing, but 9-3.
And
add one more L.
And since we've been doing this show, I think this is as high as they've been ranked at number 2.
They're at number 3. Oregon 6.
They're number 3. Okay, because they were number. I thought they was. Who's number 2 now?
Miami.
Miami number 2.
I ain't stutter.
Wow. Okay. I don't even understand. And what poll is this? The AP?
Yes.
Yeah, the only poll
ESPN is showing me right here.
Wow. Okay.
I guess D they still on the Notre Dame win, but Notre Dame ain't nothing. Because Florida was 6-6 last year. Who thought Florida was gonna be this year?
Everybody thought they was this year.
This has nothing to do with Miami. This has nothing to do with Miami, what I'm fin to say. The ACC itched, you know what I'm trying to say, itched and complained so much. It just making the ACC be in the ranking. Not, I'm just saying, think about it, Skip.
I'm listening.
This has nothing to do with Miami.
I got you.
Outside of y'all beating Notre Dame, who else have y'all beat to be ranked number 2?
Well, we were ranked number 4 when we beat Florida. Were we supposed to go down?
We were ranked no. I'm saying at the beginning of the rankings. I'm not taking nothing from Miami. I'm
talking about the beginning of the season.
Yes, the beginning of the season.
Okay, well, I can't speak what happened 4 games ago. I'm talking about last week. We went into the week ranked number 4 in the country.
I agree.
We beat a Florida team, which we should have dog walked them, but were we supposed to go down in the rankings?
No, you're supposed to stay where you were.
Yeah.
Okay, who was number 2 last week?
No, Penn State.
Let me see who Penn State beat.
Penn State just dropped down to 3.
Penn State was ranked number 2.
And they beat Oregon State. And they beat Northwestern. And they beat Oklahoma State. And they beat Montana State. Why? Tell me how.
They ain't played nobody.
Oregon.
This is their first test. Okay, now watch. But don't be surprised when Penn State loses this weekend. Don't be surprised if they still keep them in the top 10.
See,
they're just going to flop with Oregon.
They did the same thing with Notre Dame.
But
they was defeated, hadn't won a game and stayed in the top 25.
That's what I'm going to skip. That was my premise. If I say take Miami out the.
I got you. I know it's not my team you're talking about. You're talking about the ACC as a whole.
Yeah, the ACC.
So Penn State played Villanova, Florida International University, and Nevada, and they was in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's their 3-0. Miss me with that. Come on, man. They should have dropped. They ain't beat nobody.
There you go.
All right. Well, we all agree Penn State loses to Oregon this weekend. Yes. All right. Cool.
What's the spread on that?
That one is 52.5. And they've actually got Penn State favored by 3.5.
Yeah.
I'll take them. I'll take Oregon and them 3. Yes,
I'll take them 3.5. All right. What I think should be the game of the day. I think the College Game Day crew got it wrong, and they should have been down here. The SEC Classic now. Alabama is coming to Athens to play the Dogs. Skip, Abe, I don't know which one. I'm sorry, D, Abe, I don't know which one of y'all want to go first.
Let Coach go. Go ahead, Coach.
And he freezes there. Okay.
I think the reason they're not coming, and I think this was a decision made 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, is because Alabama's not the Alabama of old. You get what I'm saying? They know that this is going to be a cakewalk, and it's pretty much going to be a ho-hum game. I don't think Alabama's going to put up that much of a fight. It's a rivalry. That's why I think game day is not here when there's another top 5 game going on.
You know, it's crazy because it's just my opinion. Some people that sit up there at that little desk at College Game Day, they hate Georgia. It's a couple of them that sit up there. They pick against Georgia a lot, and they hate against Georgia. And I'm fine. I actually don't want them here because last time they came and they was here for one of these games, we got the brakes beat off us. So I don't even want them around. The last time we had a blackout situation and somebody came down here, that's when we found out who Julio Jones was. So I don't even want that type of – and to be honest with you, I'm finna say something. If anybody knows this, do you know that game that they played against the Bulldogs back then started that run of Alabama's dominance in the SEC? When Georgia played that blackout game against them, that's when all hell broke loose and the Tide started taking over in that one game. So, Dogs by a lot.
Just to remind you real quick, D, that game was not the last time that Georgia lost at home.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying it.
I know. It was South Carolina beat y'all at home last.
Don't start that, man.
Don't you never say that, man. The way y'all playing,
don't even do this.
All right. Well, one thing that I'm gonna say, and we have talked about it the last couple of weeks. Georgia's secondary is a little light right now. They're a little light in the ass, as D likes to say. Don't let D. Hang on. Listen. I told this to a Georgia fan in the gym today because he was talking to me. Don't let this be the game that Ryan Williams breaks out again. Because he has underperformed, and they have been talking about it. He has been underperforming basically since that Georgia game last year when he had that spectacular spin and run. What I'm looking at here is that's going to be the difference in this game.
They're not going to have time to get him deep. Georgia's going to dominate them all down in the trenches.
Still, you keep acting like this isn't the same head coach and still some same players that beat Georgia last year.
Now, that's the thing.
Alabama didn't beat Georgia last year. Yes, they did. I'm sorry.
Alabama's
under Kalen DeBoer.
Alabama's running back is coming back. Jam Miller will be back they starting running back will be back. Ryan Williams is not the one I'm worried about. It's a number 5 out there, coach. That plays wide receiver too. That they don't talk about. This kid is a monster. That's why I say Brian Williams is just a fanfare. We know he's supposed to be the super sophomore on the team.
Well, he a monster now.
Now teams are going to key on him. So when you say lackluster play and this, that, whatever, that comes from quarterback play too. Alabama got a suspect individual playing quarterback also. So he's not Milrose. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference too when you gotta sit somebody and spy a running quarterback or dual threat quarterback where you got somebody standing up like a statue and you don't know who he's going to go to. So again, what is our spread?
2.5.
Oh, geez.
52.5 total.
Now, real quick, I know Coach A got a lot to say. Let me say this real quick. Kev, I do know that Alabama beat them last year, but I also know that Georgia restocked. Alabama didn't. You understand me? And Georgia ain't lost none of their fire. Alabama did. So that's why I'm saying they're not going to have time to 3, 4, 5 seconds in the pocket against Georgia in Athens. That's what I meant. I said that. Go ahead, Coach.
And I mean, not only that, I agree, Skip, but I feel like, and this is the first time I have felt like this, but that Tennessee game, that was a tough game, man. And Mike Bobo, bro, he called the hell out of that game, especially first quarter. Second half, he got a little. I think he was trying to play not to coach, not to lose, or however it went, but. Mike Bobo and Gunner together with that offense, with Branch catching his stride, I feel like it may be a shootout, but I feel like we got the better quarterback. And dare I say we got the better offense right now. So I like our chances, even in the shootout. I'm confident that boy Gunner will step up. And with feet and arm, that's a big part of what we're doing with him. So as long as the defense being on break, come up good at when we need them, and I do think I feel like just me that Tennessee's offense right now is better than what Bama got going, even with the 5-star receivers, the linemen. Whatever it may be, I feel like the defense a little more battle tested. But I do know that DeBoer is a hell of a play caller, and we all know what happened last year. So, Bama still got some 5-stars over there. So I don't expect it to be no blowout, but I do, at least expect us to win by at most a tutty.
All right. Well, fellas, let's get into the picks from last week. We are moving on to the NFL. Let me get that little guy up right there. All right, man, I'm going to read them straight down the line here. We started with the Rams and the Eagles. Everyone took the Eagles except for myself. 26-6 headed in to in the third quarter. Looked kind of like the Eagles were down and out, and then Jalen Hurts leads the team. They come back. Rams go down to kick a game-winning field goal, and the big man, did Jordan Davis block it as well? He blocked and then returned the kick to end the game. So the Eagles move on to 3-0.
I got to say this. We should have lost that game. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're getting the kicker kicked like 5 kicks, so that means you're getting in the red zone and you can't score. Meaning that the defense, the bend don't break type thing. We got to clean some things up on the back end because we have a cornerback situation that I can tell you we got a problem over there at that other corner. It is what it is. Jordan Davis is playing. This is a contract year for him. And in most sports across the board, basketball, baseball, football, we tend to see these players start playing out of their mind when they know there's a contract involved. All of a sudden, Vic Fangio, our defense coordinator, said he need to lose weight and get in shape. He outside of him being that big, the body fat is not there. anymore, Skip. But my thing is on the block field goal situation. That's the second block. That wasn't the first one. So you mean to tell me, as a special team coach on the Rams side, you didn't make the adjustment? They said it was a backup right guard or something right there. He doesn't need to be in the game. And you got two beasts. You got a rhino and an elephant coming right at you. They had just blocked the previous field goal. So usually when you see that happening, more than likely it will happen again, but not in an NFL game like that.
Right. And that's why y'all hear me say it all the time. And not more so in pro than college. It's about coaching in the pros, because all 32 NFL teams have 53 professional athletes. It's not like college where you got 20 potential professional athletes and then the other 33 are just fillers. So for them not to adjust to something that simple, special teams, then the commentators need to start focusing on that too, because we've seen it here in the past couple of weeks. The defensive coordinator for the Ravens, they should have chopped his head off somewhere. You know, you're costing these teams these games by not adjusting, not making the proper adjustments. So kudos to Philadelphia. They made it. They did what they had to do. So, but they're giving these guys too much money not to make the right adjustments.
Hey man, I hate to say it, but playmakers make plays. Jordan Davis is one of your playmakers. He had to make a play, and he won y'all the game. All right. Man. The Falcons and –
I'm sorry. This is what I don't understand, too. I want us to pay attention to something. I'm trying to figure out between Vegas and the commentators that before these games start, Randy Moss was the only one that brought up A.J. Brown's name that morning. He said, A.J. Brown is going to win this game for the Eagles. He's going to have a big day. And damn sure. How you know this?
Because he's a wide receiver. He just did that because Randy is a wide receiver too. That's all it is.
But I'm saying, but it's a lot of times we looking at these pregame shows. If you pay attention, they tell you something, and it's like, I don't know if it's because of the personnel matchup of the other teams, but
gotta be.
There you go. Go ahead.
All right. Well, the Falcons went to Charlotte, and man, I don't know if they got off the bus. It was 30-0 the Panthers. Skip was the only one that chose the Panthers on that one. Also, Abe, go ahead, my friend.
Man, this a whooping, man, embarrassing. You know, I definitely feel like there's some communication missing with the OC and Penix, because as we saw him in college, man, he throw it all over the field when need be. You know, one game we get the pass game going, one game we get the run game going. Defense played lights out the last game, and of course it's gonna be different from game to game. And we still got to give Penix a little slack too. This is maybe his 6th pro game, and I believe he hit his head when he scrambled and got pushed out of bounds. His head went back and hit the turf. That was just what I heard a little inside of that. He may have had a concussion a little bit, which is why Kirk went in there. I don't know if y'all saw him. He was grabbing for the back of his head.
No, I missed that.
During the game. Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, man, just and now from what I understand, the OC is coming from the box to the sideline. Who knows how much that'll help, but it's some miscommunication with them. If you put our defense in good spots, they gon', you know, I feel like Ulbrich got them playing pretty decent. You know, we threw a pick 6 yesterday, gave up a lot of field goals, but it wasn't like we still ended the game with more total yards offensively than Carolina, you know, in every statistical category. So just got to clean some stuff up, man. But definitely embarrassing, and I don't know how they're gonna do it with the OC. Do they fire mid-season, whatever? But it's evident to me that Raheem is not a good evaluator of talent because his coordinators that he picking, you know, other than Ulbrich, Jimmy Lake, Zach Robinson, they not fitting the bill right now. So I feel like we definitely got the talent on paper to do what we need to do. We just got to get, pointing in the right direction. So it's just one game. I'm not over here panic mode. We did play terrible. And we haven't seen a terrible game from Penix like that in the 5 or 6 that he done played.
Hang on though, Abe. I just have one thing that I think that should be brought to the attention of everyone. We are going into week 4. Michael Penix has 1 touchdown.
3 games.
Total, the team has 3 touchdowns.
Right.
So Penix has 605 total yards, averaging about 200 a game, but y'all aren't scoring.
And I feel like that's definitely a testament of the OC, and with him not using all of the fucking tools that he got for us to be successful. You got a tight end, you got a running back, you got a couple of wide receivers. Mooney looked kind of lost yesterday. I don't know what's going on with him, but it just falls solely on the shoulders of Zach Robinson right now. I feel like I don't know if he pressure too hard. I don't know, but he's not doing nothing to set nothing up. The offense has no flow. You feel what I'm saying? So in order for us to get better, man, he got to get better. He got to get out of there. So we're gonna see what happens. Big game this weekend, Washington. So like I said, this the game where I want to see how they, bounce back. Try to fight through some adversity. And then you could really tell what's gonna be.
You got an interesting storyline. You got your former coach coming back, going against one of his coordinators. Last time he was in the playoffs, he was your coach. Breaking news with the Falcons, they fired Ike Hilliard, their wide receiver coach, tonight. So that is interesting. And you made T.J. Yates, the former quarterback coach, the wide receiver coach. That's not a good sign when you start firing coordinators during the season. To me, that's not. Raheem Morris has become I don't know if he's a head coach or not, Abe. I'm just being honest with you. You see him on the sideline, he looks the part. You never see him trying to make no adjustments or do anything. He looks more like a cheerleader on the sideline than a head coach. That's just my opinion. You are too talented. Every game they have played this season, Skip, they have outgained every team in yardage, and you can't score in the red zone. It's terrible. The defense yesterday, Abe, outside of what you said, all the injuries that the Carolina Panthers had and all the sacks that you got the week previously, y'all were not getting no pressure on Bryce Young. He looks like the second coming of whoever when he plays against y'all.
Well, Bryce Young didn't do that good. He only had 121 yards passing.
Listen, bro, we ended the game still with more offensive yards than they had.
When you give them, I'm sorry, go ahead.
When you give it to them, as you was about to say, and you give them a pick 6, then you miss your field goal 2. They, so.
Skip, I get to you, and that's another thing. You cut Coop. You bringing this guy off the street. Yeah, he kicked well against Minnesota, his former team. But he missed 2 crucial field goals on a drive that could have changed the momentum of the game. And
not only that, D, how do you not have other veterans? So Koo lost you 4 or 5 games last year. So how do you not have other pro kickers in your training camp trying out? Not people
on the practice squad.
Not people from soccer, not people from overseas. Pro kickers that have kicked in pro games. That's where you start the competition with Coop. You don't just give him a chance to fumble it away and then you got really no.
Yeah.
Man, you feel what I'm saying?
Here's my problem with Raheem Morris. Every head coach is like the president of the United States. You have people around you to make you look good, or they're gonna make you look bad. Unless you're a Bill Belichick, who was a defensive coordinator, unless you're like your boy up in Green Bay that was the offensive coordinator, the boy in Dallas was the offensive coordinator. The head coaches are props. They bring people in to make them look good. When you fire a wide receiver coach, but you don't fire your offensive coordinator, you don't fire your offensive line coach, none of these people on the hot seat are even talked about. That's infighting. The receivers couldn't get along with him. Maybe he was arguing with him because he was once a great receiver, whatever the case may be. That means there's problems, issues in that locker room coming from that point of view. I agree with D. Raheem is not looking like a coach. Now, it's highlighted, in my opinion, because he's a black head coach. He's not looking like the quote-unquote coach because they're not winning. They're in shambles. His OC, his DC, nobody's doing their jobs, and the hot light is shining on him. But on the flip side, y'all, the talent y'all have is just at the key positions. Tight end, 2 damn good running backs, 2 decent receivers, and you got an up-and-coming quarterback. Nothing else on the offense side of the ball. I mean, every team has the second tight end that could come in and take over and be a starting tight end on another team. I don't have none of that. Y'all got 2 running backs, but that's not forte running the football because that's never gotten y'all where y'all need to be by itself. So when stuff like this happens, and y'all know I like to rag the Falcons, but when stuff like this happens, if we don't look at the big picture, that I think all of them going to be gone into the season. Unless they go on a 7-8 game win streak, clean house. And they need to start at the GM office. General managers have always been y'all downfall. The Falcons, I mean, from the time way back when they got Dan Reeves. They've had chance after chance to draft this person, pick this person, free agent sign this person, and they never did. They should have been here to have nothing else. So, yeah, the players are playing bad, but I don't think they're being put in positions to win.
I have a
hang on, D. Real quick, make this your last thing because we got to move.
Okay. I got a question for Coach, and I don't know if you know this, Skip. The Falcons don't have – the Rams own the Falcons' first-round pick. So whatever the Falcons do in record, the Rams can end up with a top 10 pick or a top 5 pick if the Falcons keep fooling around. And somebody's going to lose their damn job.
They're going to lose their job regardless.
Well, the Cowboys went to Chicago, and all of us picked the Cowboys. Hold on.
He threw his paper. He threw his paper, ladies and gentlemen. He threw his paper.
My visor, and I'll do the old Spurrier where you throw that shit to midfield with the headset. It's the same problem that my college team has. We ain't got no friggin' defense. We could set up 10 tanks at midfield, and they would still run right through them. I don't freaking understand it. And hang on, Skip. But Deron Bland is out. We got a guy who's been in the league for like 2 years over there, and he ain't the one that they're freaking picking on. They're picking on Trayvon Diggs, our veteran, who is obviously hurt. Take him out of the game. Let him get right. Jesus. Either way, we can't stop nobody. The Cowboys should be 0-3.
Ooh.
But if you look at Dak Prescott's stats from an outside, if you're sitting there going, if you're not a football person and you look at Dak Prescott's stats, you would think we're a 3-0 team.
Okay.
Hang on. This is my last thing. Offense, and I said this the last 2 weeks. My offense is not playing bad. We can freaking run the ball again, fellas. That's new. Finally, we had 5 rushing touchdowns all last season. We've already got 4 this season. So we can run the ball a little bit. We can pass the ball. Dak Prescott's playing great. But it don't matter if we can't stop nobody.
Now, me and this gentleman over here, the big man right here, we was questioning what Vegas gave us last week with a 1.5 spread, and we kept saying
Vegas was wrong.
No, but what we saying is me and Skip was like, something is up. that the Bears were favored by 1.5. Remember? And we kept telling you, Kale, something ain't adding up here. What are they going off of the fact that you let Russell Wilson throw for 400-something yards and they was in Chicago? We didn't understand. This is what I was saying. Like, what does Vegas know that we don't know? That this game is this close. But it's your defense. Then what idiot in their right mind put their best offensive player at a position that he does not play? Everybody in the stands, even Cam's son, knew that you was going to give him the ball. He lined up in the damn backfield, and you pitched the ball to CeeDee Lamb, and he gets tackled by a damn linebacker and gets his ankle rolled up on.
And our run game was working, D. The run game we were using was working.
You got 2 serviceable running backs. 2 of them. They're running the ball. You don't need to do this. Guess what? CeeDee Lamb is gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You got George Pickens that is a head case. It doesn't take much for him to lose his mind. And he can implode your whole team over there on the offensive side of the ball. And he's a Georgia boy. I'm just telling you. So, Kevin, unfortunately, when we get to our picks, we will get to them because y'all got Green Bay coming up.
And that is on the list for this week.
And
Green Bay is terrible. Go ahead, Skip. Which one? Hey, that's just my thing.
I disagree with our offense ain't the problem. Dak Prescott was 31 of 40 with 250 yards with 2 interceptions. Don't tell me about your offense ain't the problem. That's a problem.
31 of 40?
2 interceptions is a problem. Y'all scored 40.
1 interception was on Dak. The other one was off Pickens' hands. All right, I'll give you.
My point is this. Don't tell me offense ain't the problem and you only scored 14 points against a team with no defense.
Skip, call his ass out. I'm not going to do it.
It's amazing how Dak is playing good overall. But you take them beat up stats from last week, it improves the other 2 weeks where he played like shit. So, cause you from the outside looking in, like you say, he's having a wonderful season. No, it's game by game. That's how stats are. So, 2 interceptions, 31 of 40, 250 yards. No, that's not a good game. It is not. And you only scored 14 points. So, no, saying that our offense ain't the problem, that's part of the problem. Because turn them 2 interceptions into field goals. A whole different game now.
I agree. 100%. And the interception that I give Dak the blame on was in the red zone. We always talk about tips and overthrows. Of course, it's going to go on I think an overthrow is more of a quarterback fault. But tips, I'm not going to count something that hit a man in the hands and he couldn't hold it. But statistically, it counts. Now, what I'm also going to say back to you, Skip, and then we can move on because we got to get into this week's picks.
Let's go to.
Going back over the other 2 games, Dak's not playing bad. Dak's playing very well. But it's the same problem that we always have, that we've had the last few years.
I'm gonna let Coach go ahead because I'm not even finna.
We don't have a defense. We can't stop nobody on 3rd down.
But then you trade away probably the best defensive player y'all done had.
Hey, you say didn't you? I didn't have shit to do with it.
I'm talking about Dallas. I'm talking about Dallas.
Let him go, Coach. Let him go.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, Kel. I see that as I was when we were talking about the Falcons. Getting a little emotional. But what I'm gonna say is this. We were just talking about the Falcons. You didn't say not one word. You let us do the commentary. So just for that, I'm gonna refrain from any Cowboy slander.
No, Coach. No,
my God. Well, the fourth team on this list right here is currently, the 4th game is currently going on right now, fellas. So we're going to move into this week's pick. Give me, starting us off, the Eagles are going to Tampa Bay.
What's the spread, Kel?
I'm still pulled up on the Cowboys. My bad, fellas.
3.5. Philadelphia, think about 3.5.
That 3.5 favorite is because Mike Evans is hurt. He will not play in this game at wide receiver, so we don't know they will have a rookie wide receiver over there. But that guy's a monster. That number 2, he's a monster. He's the next big thing for Tampa Bay. It's 3.5. I'll take them 3, and I'm taking my Eagles, of course.
The way Philadelphia has been playing leads me to believe that they will falter against the Bucks. Somebody old got to go. Both of them undefeated. Bucks are home. I'm taking them 3.5 for Tampa.
All right, Abe.
Philly.
D, I know y'all played last year. Who won that game? I don't remember.
Tampa. That's the game. That's won the game we lost to.
Was that in Philly?
No, it was in Tampa.
No.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, it was in Tampa. When we go to Tampa, I don't know what be going on down there. They just get the button whooped. So there you go.
All right. Let me get the next
I see what you're doing there, Kev.
What?
You're doing there. You did what I did. No.
Well, I got to look at things from the angle.
You know I do not want Tampa to win nothing. And I know you don't want Philly to win nothing. I see what we're doing. It's cool, bro.
We got to. All right. The Ravens are going to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Chiefs got their first win against the Giants last night. What do we got?
I'm taking Ravens in a
favorite 2.5.
I'm taking the Ravens in a blowout, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this is because the league didn't caught up to Kansas City. Kansas City does not have them explosive players on the offense. The same situation, they can't run the ball that well. And Baltimore is Baltimore when it comes to the physicality aspect of it. That's what I'm going with.
All right.
I'm going with the idea of blowout also because the league has caught up, like you said, they have caught up with Kansas City. The trickery shit don't work no more. All that scrambling and running around that Mahomes does. I think the teams are now putting a spy on him, and their defensive ends are doing their job. He ain't gonna be able to pull the rabbit out the hat no more, like he's done in years past. So I like the Ravens too in a blowout.
Hey.
I like the Ravens too. I don't know about the blowout because with all them names they got, man, they still been giving us some points. Superman, Josh Allen, tore their ass up. And they kind of vulnerable, man. I like what they can build though. They got a player at every position down there, but it ain't all come together just yet. I seen Josh Allen with only one real true receiver, Gunner. You feel what I'm saying? So, give me. I'm gonna still take
Baltimore.
Yeah. For sure. But not a no blowout.
I'm torn. I've already got Ravens written down in my slot, but I'm just going based off the last time all 4 of us took the Ravens. They lost.
Your theories. Gotcha.
That was against Buffalo, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry. That was I just messed that whole theory up. No, all right. You know what? I'm going with the Ravens. I like the Ravens. Okay. I'm going with the Ravens. Sorry, written down. All right. Well, I'm throwing this one in there, and I've got obviously the 8:20 game last. We do have one more game that we need to decide what's going on this list. Before we do that, let's talk about the game in Dublin. We got the Vikings and the Steelers going to Ireland. Currently, we are sitting at 2.5 Minnesota.
I think we got some controversy from the jump off up there in Minnesota with the young cat and Carson Wentz. The young cat has been playing kind of. They put their stats up today. It's amazing how this media starts foolishness on teams. They put Carson Wentz stats up in one game compared to McCarthy, and Carson Wentz is going to end up taking this young man's job because of the veteran leadership that he has and the veteran play. I think Pittsburgh will get them, but Pittsburgh has a tendency of playing around with their food and making the game closer than what it is. So we will see a matchup of Jefferson and that Joker You know, they got over there now, cornerback. What his name? Number 5 now. Buddy boy.
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. So we'll see a good matchup of that right there, and that's going to be, to me, who has the better defensive play. The Vikings have a defense, and Pittsburgh has one.
I think J.J. McCarthy is going to give the game away.
He hurt still.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
Well, I don't think if Carson Wentz don't go out there and just think the field up, I don't think J.J. is going to get that position back. He looks like somebody that's lost. He looked like a deer in the headlights the last 2 games that he played. So for me, you go with what gets the team and the ball moving, and that's what Carson Wentz is known to do. Be a manager like Cam Newton, like you said. I like Pittsburgh in this game, but if the way Minnesota played last week or this past weekend is any indication of the rest of the season, they're gonna put some on Pittsburgh ass. But I think that was an anomaly this weekend, how they came out like gangbusters. They scored 50 points yesterday or Sunday? Yeah, yesterday. Whatever it was, they I don't think that's gonna happen against Pittsburgh. They're just 48 points, 48-10.
Yeah, 48-10. But remember, this is the Joe Burrow-less Bengals, and the Bengals have a terrible defense.
Well, they had 2 scoop and score. They had a scoop and score fumble, and they had a pick 6 return that got that momentum going, and by 1 player on that defense for Minnesota. But that's why I say the defensive battle over there in that game.
All right, so who are we taking, fellas? I got D down for the Steelers.
Yeah, I'll take Pittsburgh.
Abe, talk to me.
Right.
I'm with you. I believe that I'm going based off of what I saw on that Monday night game a couple of weeks ago against the Bears when they were in a dogfight and they were down, which is exactly, and Skip, you pointed it out, Pittsburgh does this to everyone. Or maybe it was D, either one. But remember what I always say, the Pittsburgh are the Falcons of the AFC, but they win those close games. I don't think they're going to keep it that close with Minnesota. I'm going to take the Vikings. All right, fellas, we have one game we need to fill in here on the schedule. So I'm going to read some other games that sound somewhat decent.
What we got Thursday?
Oh, Thursday night. The Seahawks and the Cardinals, both 2-1. Seattle is favored in Arizona.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Do you want to read some other ones or just mark that one?
I'm gonna go ahead right now. Just speaking on that game right there. What's this? September 22nd, 2025. I'm going ahead and declare Marvin Harrison Jr. a bust.
Oh shit! All right. Well,
I'm going to have to follow Abe's suit. Skip, just go do research a little bit, Skip, before you say something.
Look at him yesterday.
That foolishness that he did yesterday, that means you trying to get your way out of Arizona or something. That was piss poor play.
All right, well, let's stay on topic here. Jaguars and 49ers. 2-1 Jags against the 3-0 49ers.
San Fran for sure.
San Fran. Jags team to try to lose the game.
We got Bears, Raiders, Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos, Colts, Rams. Hey, actually, fuck that. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Colts, Rams. I've been meaning to talk about this for weeks now. Danny friggin' Dimes?
Yes.
Danny Dimes. Did you know there is only one quarterback in the history of NFL football to score every time he touches the ball in a game, and his name is Daniel freaking Jones.
The crazy part is
that
the only quarterback to ever score every time he touched the ball in a game, every drive, is Daniel Jones.
Um,
How many games has he played?
He's been in the league for the Giants for what, 6 years now? He's playing. This was his first game as a Colt. This was week 1. His first game as a Colt. He threw 7 touchdowns.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. You say a quarterback in the history. So how many games has he played?
No,
Because
he's
if
saying
the
in
league
one
6
game.
years,
He's
man,
saying
his
in
stats
one
would
game.
be amazing.
He's saying it's one game.
Skip, it's just in one game.
Okay. Say
He
that.
scored. There were 7 offensive drives in the game. He scored 7 touchdowns.
Okay, I'm going to say shit.
This is the Daniel Jones that led the Giants to like 3-0-14 seasons.
but this is the difference in the coaching that Skip likes to say, putting yourself in a system where you're being protected by a better offensive line. You have a running back back there. Not saying Saquon was all world, but everybody knew the key on Saquon when he was the Giants. And you have receivers running around all on the field that can catch the ball. That other guy that they drafted, he's done.
Yep.
He's done.
Richardson, yeah, he's out.
He's done.
Yeah, that was egg on Indy face, man, because you drafted him so high off one season. Did he even play a full season?
It's fact.
But you know, I'm sure that's he on his rookie deal anyway. So I'm sure they going, if they haven't already, go ahead and break Danny Dimes off.
Danny freaking Dimes. All right, so that's the game we're gonna go with here. We're gonna go Rams and Colts. Rams coming off a loss. They got the Rams favored by 3.5 in LA.
I'm taking the Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Colts with the momentum.
Give me the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams because the Rams are for real.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to see them in the playoffs because they left. And last year they had us up against the ropes, and they had us again, and they let us off the hook. I do not want to see the Rams in the playoffs.
Yes.
Sean McVay is a hell of a coach.
Yes.
But the Rams like to get off to slow starts in recent years. Ever since their Super Bowl run, they have gotten off to some slow starts in the season. So give me the Colts. Skip, I'm with you on that one. All right, fellas, last game of the night, we got the Cowboys and the Packers in Dallas. Michael Parsons return. As you know, no matter how I feel, I'm going with the Cowboys on this one.
Both teams coming off a loss. Green Bay lost the game that none of us thought they would lose to the Browns. That let you again know that these are professionals, ladies and gentlemen. These are professionals. Green Bay.
Dallas has no pass rush. So Jordan Love is going to look like Aaron Rodgers in his youth in Dallas Stadium. So I like Green Bay by a lot.
Yeah, Parsons go crazy with Green Bay.
Spread is 6.5.
Oh yeah. I know that's our picks. Falcons, Redskins. Do we have any conversation about that?
Falcons will get their ass whooped.
Okay.
Redskins are playing good football. I can't lie.
Coach, how you going with your Falcons?
Of course.
Your Falcons cost me a lot of money this past.
You gave that money away. You should have known.
I know better.
Hey, who's winning the trash can bowl? Jets or Dolphins?
The Jets.
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 At the bottom of the toilet. They in the septic tank.
Jets gonna come on though. They lost a tough game. They supposed to won that game.
Yep.
So okay. Well, Coach, I want to go with your Falcons so bad. I want to go with the home team so bad.
Go ahead, D. Do it.
Just to let you know, I wore my Defund the Falcons shirt to the gym today. I wear it every time you lose.
He's terrible. He's terrible. I mean, the only reason.
Kevin, you taking shots again?
I'm taking what?
Are you taking shots again at the Falcons?
No, I'm not taking shots. No, I was just letting him know what I wore today.
So,
in case he was curious.
The only reason I keep bringing up the Falcons and the Redskins.
Now I ain't saying that.
He don't
want
care.
me to do now, Kel? What you want
I
me to
wasn't taking shots. I just said I
Nobody
wasn't
know
taking
what your dress code is.
You never know. He could have been curious.
Listen, so I know we got to go, but the only reason I'm bringing it up is because we got a lot of storylines in this Falcon game. You got Dan Quinn coming back as the head coach of a team. You got the Falcons' former quarterback Mariota, who they throw to the wayside, at the time to bring Ritter in. He's coming back because I don't think Daniels, he's not going to be ready, right, to play. So these are storylines, and we will see if the Falcons are up to par. Did they fix anything? That's why I brought up the subject.
Redskins got a defense. And they got a Debo.
And Debo's playing like Gamecock Debo right now.
He playing like 49er Debo to the Super Bowl pimp. Damn the Gamecock Debo.
He playing Gamecock Debo football, baby. You didn't even know Debo as a cock, baby. You didn't know. All right. Well, do we have anything else to discuss?
Cowboys got their ass tore up this week.
I want us to.
We talked about that.
Skip, I want you to. I got one thing for you, and it's going to be an interesting subject because we're getting ready to the NBA. I want everybody to check on this Kawhi Leonard situation with the Clippers. I meant to bring it up in subject matter, but it's a lot to unpack. Skip, it's a lot to unpack what the NBA is finna do and possibly need to do to what the Clippers have did out there. With
OKC, that's gonna be crazy. Bro.
Yeah, so we need you to Skip, check that out back there, and you too care about Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers of what they got.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot to unpack, sir. It's a lot to unpack.
Cornrows don't lie, Kawhi, baby. All right, Skip, give me last take.
Miami Hurricane football, man. We're ranked number 2, and I don't put a lot of stock in rankings in the first 3-4 games of the season. We are looking. Everybody wants to say we're back, but in my opinion, when we're back, we're blowing teams out, having fun, dancing on the field, scoring at will, stopping teams, like we're supposed to. So I don't think we're back. I think we're playing good football. Everybody's hyping us up to be, like Georgia was in the last 4 or 5 years, and I don't think we're there yet. But go Canes. I'm always going to ride with them. I don't care if we playing whoever. Other than that, man, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Go Dogs. Go.
You not saying nothing?
Oh, okay.
You on the screen, dog. What you mean?
No, I'm not. It's showing all 4 on mine. That's why I ain't see it. But
oh wow.
Yeah. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. Sorry I'm late. Of course, I be coaching, working, doing a little something, everything. But I didn't want to not come on here. Like Skip said, I'm gonna take my L like a man. I'm not gonna run from the fade.
I didn't rag y'all though. I didn't rag y'all.
But what I will say is I'm definitely looking forward to Saturday to go Dogs. And with the ACC, man, like Skip said, I'm interested to see that GT Miami game. That's gonna be the game of the ACC right there. I don't know when the date is or where it's at.
They don't play. It's gonna be in the ACC championship.
Okay, good. That'll be great then.
That's gonna be the championship game.
That'll be great. But go Dogs.
Well said. Boom.
Thank everybody for tuning in again. I appreciate it. One thing subject we didn't touch on, high school sports here in Georgia. If there's any game or anything we need to get to go see, y'all let us know, or anything y'all want us to cover. Shout out to Coach Abe and his coaching. He's still doing his thing with the youth and all youth coaches around the league that they play in. But yes, again, appreciate y'all. This is Bama. Please don't let me have a heart attack come Saturday, because this is the game that makes me lose my mind when we play against these guys. So go Dogs, and thank y'all.
Michael Irvin should be drug tested.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. I just thought about that. I just saw a clip of him and the duck over there cranking that thing, and he's always on the sideline acting a fool. Either way, pray for me, ladies and gentlemen. Pray for me. Both my teams are absolute dog shit. Neither one of them can cover anybody. Offense can put up some productivity, but whatever. If you can't stop nobody, it don't matter. So just know I'll be probably in the fetal position crying in a corner this weekend.
I'm going to give your college team a little more respect than that. But
I'm not.
But that team down there in Dallas, that's the one we got a problem. All of us got a problem with you. That Dallas team down there.
Well, Dallas has the Packers and the Cox have Kentucky. So Kentucky, we'll see. I don't know. We'll
Did
see.
you have a dog fight with Kentucky last year?
No, we blew them out 38-3.
Okay. I know y'all had a dog fight with somebody. We were trying to figure out why.
Yeah, no.
Well, they do. And the game is decided between the hedges. That's why.
He don't speak to Kev about hedges. He don't want to.
My brother in Christ, as I pointed out earlier, the last team to beat Georgia at home, 2019. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
You ain't even have face you had in 2019.
Don't play with me, big dog. I had this shit in 6th grade. All right, I've been getting into the club since middle school.
Oh man.
All right.
All driving.
Yeah, actually, this game is tied right now. Just got the.
What we did? Wait a minute. What we did on that game, Kev?
We all picked the Ravens.
We all picked the Ravens. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was saying earlier because they're losing. Either or now it's tied. But all right, fellas, we getting out of here. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. We will be back next week with more sports, more takes, and more shit talk. Until then, please keep the beer cold and the wings lemon pepper, baby. We are out.